without further ado, we're going to start the Discover Kenya webinar today. A big thank you to all of the team. So Tabitha, if you could come on and introduce yourself today and let us know who you are. You're on mute. There you go.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tabitha. I work for Heritage Hotels. I'm excited to meet everybody. I have seen people, there are people from Jamaica, Canada, US, UK, and I'm sure many more. So welcome. We're excited. We look forward to interacting with you and also know the winners. But thank you. We are honored.
Thank you very much. And we've got Jackline.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jackline from Air Kenya. I'm so excited to partner with Heritage Hotels. And I appreciate everyone who's attended this webinar. And we hope to see whoever wins at the end of the webinar, whoever wins the prize. We can't wait to host you.
Super. Thank you very much. And we've got John. John, tell us where you're from.
Good evening, all participants. I'm very excited to be part of this webinar. I'm John Wambugu. I'm from Tukai Lodge, and I hope to be telling you a bit more about Amboseli.
Super, thank you very much. And last but not least, we've got Cynthia. Cynthia, welcome.
Thank you very much. And yeah, my name is Cynthia. I work with Jambojet. Jambojet is a low-cost airline here in Kenya. And I'm happy to be here and interact with you today. I look forward to the presentation and to the question interactions in future.
Super, thank you very much. Well, thank you to everybody. Now we have got the Kenya Wildlife Services that are unable to be on. However, they've sent us a beautiful video. So I'm just going to share this with you now, just to give you a taste of what there is to see and do in Kenya. So if you just bear with me, I'm just going to start it now. Well, thank you, everybody. And I'm sure you can agree there's some amazing sights to be seen. So I'm now going to hand over to Tabitha. Tabitha, the stage is all yours.
Thank you, Sarah. Again, I'm glad and I'm really excited about us having this webinar, and would like to create more awareness about Kenya. As much as it's a Heritage Hotels webinar, we understand that we cannot sell our properties alone. And so we want to make sure that we create as much in terms of availability of information about the destination, Kenya as a destination, as we can. First, I want to say thank you to our sponsors and our partners who are present. And I know they'll take very good care of you when you eventually come to Kenya. And for those who will not come right now, remember we are still your partners. And so we'll still host you in future when you're available to travel. So in terms of a presentation, I hope everybody can see my screen. I have provided the information about our contacts. we are very, very grateful to Kenya Wildlife Services for providing us with the park entrance fees to Amboseli or Tukai Lodge and to Voyager Ziwani Camp, where the two properties are within the Kenya Wildlife Services parks. We're also grateful to Tukai Lodge for providing the 2 nights accommodation, 2 nights for 2. I am sure you will love it. We are also grateful to Air Kenya for providing the air ticket to Maasai Mara. So for whoever wins that, you'll get to enjoy their services. And to Jambojet for providing 2 tickets for 2, a flight from Nairobi to Mombasa return to go to Voyager Beach Resort. Their contacts are available. So in case anyone wants to get in touch with any of them, the information is available on this slide.
Tabitha, sorry,
yes.
Can I just ask you to put it onto the mode where we can see the screening focus? At the moment, we can see all of your desktop behind it. So yes, that's it. Press that one.
Yes, I will try that, but I have a very...
If not, you can go into slideshow at the top and start slideshow.
Let me do that.
Just we'll see it a lot better because at the moment it's quite small.
Oh. I usually have trouble with this laptop making it full screen.
You can also do at the bottom.
Yes, the bottom is working. Yes, so sorry. Yeah. Is it any better now?
No, it's still the same at the moment.
Oh yeah, so now it's okay.
There we go. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
All good.
Yeah. So the information is available there. So you can get the contacts there, and I'm sure even our partners will get in touch with you. In terms of the prices, I'll quickly mention them. We have 2 nights for 2 at Voyager Ziwani Camp, that's in Tsavo West National Park. And that includes 2 park tickets, courtesy of Kenya Wildlife Services, and the accommodation courtesy of Heritage Hotels. The second price is 2 nights for 2 at Tukai Lodge. And that also includes 2 park tickets for the 2 nights, courtesy of Kenya Wildlife Services, and of course, the accommodation courtesy of Tukai Lodge. The third price is 4 nights for 2 at Voyager Beach Resort in one of our suites on all-inclusive basis, and 2 airline tickets, Nairobi, Mombasa, Nairobi, courtesy of Heritage Hotels and Jambojet. And finally, we have 3 nights at Mara Intrepids Camp on game package. So basically that includes 3 game drives a day, the transfers from Olkiombo Airstrip, and your accommodation on full board basis. And you also have 2 air tickets courtesy of Air Kenya, and of course the accommodation courtesy of Heritage Hotels. Heritage Hotels runs 7 camps and resorts in Kenya. We have 3 brands, which is basically the Explorer, the Intrepids, and the Voyager brand. On the Kenyan map, we have Samburu up north in Samburu National Reserve. We have Great Rift Valley Lodge in Naivasha. We have Mara Intrepids and Mara Explorer in the Mara. We have Kipungani Explorer in Lamu, Voyager Ziwani Camp in Tsavo West National Park, and Voyager Beach Resort in Mombasa, that north coast. Mara Explorer is one of our premium tented camps. It's 10 tents, all river facing. We have outdoor baths. There's Wi-Fi available in the public areas. And in this property, we focus on cultural immersion, game viewing, which is available all year round. You can go for balloon rides. There's astronomy bush events, and we also do our safaris in 4x4 jeeps. Flying out of Wilson Airport is 45 minutes, and that's one of the services you can enjoy from Air Kenya. And we have our own airstrip that's known as Olkiombo. That's what the typical tent looks like. It's very, very, very popular to the honeymooners and the older clients. This camp is adults only, so children below the age of 16 are not allowed. We have evening bonfires. We have a very, 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 the location is perfect for game drives, and the airstrip is actually about less than 10 minutes away from the camp. And again, that's the balloon safari. We do guests staying in Mara Explorer automatically entitled to a bush breakfast or bush dinner, and we make sure that they have a memorable stay. Mara Intrepids is right next to Mara Explorer, and again, game viewing is good all year round. This one is 30 tents. And because the Explorer is a different target audience, adults only, that is, Intrepids on the other hand is family friendly. So we have a kids club in this property, which is actually quite active. Wi-Fi is available in the public areas, and we still have the game viewing in 4x4s, and cultural immersion is still there. It's popular to families and especially adventure and also destination weddings. So this is what the tent looks like if you're taking a double, which is basically a big bed. We also have family tents in this property, and this is what it's like. So we have one big bed in one room, a living area where they can share, and then there's another twin tent on the other side. This is your typical game viewing. So we use open jeeps. Sometimes clients get to the property and they feel like they were shortchanged, but these are our typical vehicles. So we don't have the closed vehicles within the property. So if you like to experience that, if you're on a game package, this is the kind of vehicle you're going to use. And it's actually also very popular to photographers because they have a lot more space. In the evenings, we normally have entertainment from the local community, but we also have an opportunity to also have cultural talks. So every other night we have a talk. It could either be about the culture, alternatively, the alternative presentation would be about wildlife. So they would be given a heads up on what to expect when they go on the game drive. They would also discuss what they've seen and get clarification where necessary. Our kids club is one of the most popular kids clubs, and one of the biggest things about this kids club is that we do not want the parents to feel like they have come to another they've gone on vacation and they have another job. So we make sure we keep the kids as busy as we can, and this is free for all resident clients. But at the same time, if the parent wants to join in the activities, they can always join into the activities. Great Rift Valley Lodge is in Naivasha. We have over 300 rooms spread out in an extremely big area. It's a golf resort, so guests can enjoy golfing in the wild. This property has now been made a Magical Kenya signature experience. It's one of the few places in the world that you can actually play golf as you see wildlife. We have one side that focuses on mice, but we also have 30 rooms that fit the Intrepids experience. So we have the honeymooners, we have the adventure traveler taking up the 30 rooms. You can do birding. There are lots of bird species within this property, horse riding, boat trips, and of course, certain things like weddings and families. It's about 1.5 hours from Nairobi by road. So this is what it's like on the golf course. It's also normally a very good place for those who want to propose or those who want to have very intimate dinners. And we also do bush dinners for smaller groups, and some of the series we have from the US and Canada, this is one of the places that we set up for them, dinner in the bush. And of course, there's a facility. Voyager Beach Resort is in Mombasa. This is Nyali, that's north coast of Kenya. It's a ship-themed resort with 232 cabins. You notice I'm saying cabins. This is because this property is assumes the same concept as a cruise ship. And so we have Broadway shows, we have themed cuisine, we have 3 pools, 4 bars, 3 restaurants, and a shopping arcade. The beauty about this property is because our average stay is 14 days, the guests get to interact with different things. For instance, if the cruise ship docks, quote unquote, in Mombasa, then you get to experience the cost of food, the dressing changes, the entertainment changes, and that changes for a straight 14 days we could either be on high seas or we are docking, but either way, the activities change. So it's very interactive, it's very educative because you get to learn about other countries. And so this is one of the most exciting things about this property. It's 45 minutes out of Nairobi by air, and there's a 30 minutes transfer from Moi International Airport. You have an option where you can drive for those who are adventurers, and you could also use the SGR from Nairobi to Mombasa. So this is one of the most popular pools. We have a very good view of the ocean, and it's beachfront. This is one of the suites. This is what one of our winners is likely to enjoy. If they don't get this one, they'll get the sea-facing one, preferably the sea-facing one. Yeah, so this is what the view is like. We actually have one with a better view, but the decor changes depending on the room type. Our kids club, this is one of the kids club is available in the Intrepids and the Voyager brand, and this is one of the properties that's extremely active. Kids have their meals in a separate area. They have their own restaurant. They have their own team. We call them the A team, who keep the kids busy. And so for the parent, they actually do have a chance to have a holiday. I'll talk a little bit more about that towards the end. And so it's a property that is good for everyone. It works for the older people. It's good for the families. This Swahili Lounge is a place you can go and rest. It's a quiet area phones and noise is not allowed in this area. So for those who want to just have a quiet time, this is where they go to. Kazi area is now where all the drama goes on. It's a place where people are a lot more active. And then of course we have a restaurant that allows us to have romantic dinners, exclusive areas, even in a big resort. And we have a seafood restaurant called Smuggler's Cove. Other activities you can do while you're in Mombasa, you can go to Fort Jesus, you can go for bike rides, you can go on a sunset dhow. So there's a lot more in Mombasa. And right now we also have additional activities like this. Fort Jesus just recently introduced the Sound and Lights show that is in the evening, which is actually very, very interesting and worth trying out. We have Voyager camp in Tsavo West National Park. This one is 25 tents within the backdrop of Mount Kilimanjaro. In this property, we can do nature walks. We have lots of bird species in this property, so that's something else to look out for. We also have farm tours at Gesheha Farm, which is right next to the camp. We also are in the same area as the World War I battlefield, so there's a lot of history around this area. There's Wi-Fi in the public areas. You can also do excursions to places like Mzima Springs and Lake Chala. You can also visit, there are lots of historical sites within this area. You can go to Grogan's Castle. You can do night game drives in this property. It is 45 minutes, it's 45 minutes from Nairobi or Mombasa if you're flying, but we have our own airstrip, so that would have to be on a charter. But if you're driving, it takes you about 4 hours. The property is right in front of a dam. And so most people, sometimes people describe it as a property with a dam. The other things you can do here that are not available other places like fishing. This is what your typical tent looks like. And this property, all the tents are standard. The only difference is whether it's a big bed, 3 beds or so. And so on a good day, you get to see Mount Kilimanjaro. And of course, because of the dam, there are lots of crocs and hippos available. And again, we can do very, very intimate dinners and breakfasts within this facility, right inside the dam. And nature walks are really popular in this property. It's one of the things that you can do. We have nature walks, which takes about 1 hour with Kenya Wildlife Services. Obviously, it's escorting because of the wildlife. And then, of course, we can also do the bush events, can be bush breakfast or bush dinner. And finally, one of the most important product for us is Adventurers and Young Rangers Club. Young Rangers is for the older kids. The ones between the age of 3 and 11 are the Adventurers Club, and 12 to 17 are Young Rangers. These kids are normally kids staying the 2 brands. That's basically Intrepid and Voyager. As you may already be aware, the Explorer brand is adults only. And the people we have working with these kids are trained resident naturalists. So one, they have a good understanding of nature, wildlife, and all that. And at the same time, within the clubs, we have lots of activities. This includes geography, prehistory, excursions, conservation, which is really key for us. And then, of course, other unique activities per property. Like, for example, horse riding is done in Naivasha. Photography is done in the Mara. Bushcraft is done in Samburu. Cultural wilderness lessons in all the properties in the bush. And so it's tailor-made to each property depending where the property is located. You can see kids to my left trying to learn how to use a bow and arrow. There are kids there trying to light a fire without a matchstick. So it's a combination of survival and also learning. There's also kids trying to learn how to play golf and so forth. Finally, we keep close to our host communities depending on where the property is based. For the coast, it's the Kamba community and also some of the coastal communities. In the Mara, we have the Maasais, and we also have Samburus in Samburu National Reserve. But depending on the property and the location, our interaction with the local community is to empower them and to help them do better. So most of the things we sell in our boutiques are already bought from the local community. And also the kids, when the kids come to Kenya, they also get to learn how to, things like beading. We also have online opportunities for travel agents, which is basically learning, like what we do on online travel training, and even what we are doing on mybookingrewards.com. Finally, I have shared some of our links on social media. In case you like to follow us, the information is available. So that's it from me.
Thank you, Tabitha. I don't think we'd like to follow you. I think we want to follow you because your hotels and lodges are awesome. We do have a couple of questions that have come up for you. And if you don't mind, I'll do them per session. So Nina has asked, please, can I use your photographs from your website to promote your properties on my social media?
Say that again, whether they can use?
Yeah, can she use your photos from your website for her social media?
Sure. And I can also send additional links where she can download photos, because we have a lot more photos than we have on the website. But yes, we'll be happy. She can definitely use the photos.
Okay, super. Vash has asked, at what age can kids stay or safari at?
We have no limit on the age of kids going on safari, but from personal experience, I think, especially a kid who's flying long haul, it might be a lot of stress for an age below the age of 2. But in terms of experiencing the kids club, Adventures Club begins from the age of 3. Some 3-year-olds will not agree to go, but it depends on the child. But in terms of going on safari, we have no limitation. As long as a kid gets to the camp, they can go on the safari.
Super. And I think nowadays with travel and things, people are pretty used to it, especially people that would go on these types of holidays to, you know, to get into the nature and do the safari. They're completely aware of it. Beverly has asked the Voyager, is the food included like on a cruise ship? It's actually better than that, isn't it? Because the board basis at Voyager is all inclusive.
Yes, the food, our rates for Voyager Beach Resort are on all-inclusive basis, and that includes drinks as well, both soft and alcoholic, selected brands, and our food is to die for. And you know, you can go to TripAdvisor and check out what people are saying. The food, I give you an open invitation, you will not be disappointed.
Well, we just had to see those views as well. And quite a few people, I think a lot of people know the Voyager Beach. It's one of the hotels that we have sold for a long time in Kenya. And it's a great option. And Jenny's just, she said she went on a Kwoni fam trip a while ago. And she said the photographs, wow, it just looks awesome. So you've obviously had some renovations, which was it before 2020?
Yes, before 2020. We've also done some soft works in 2014.
Okay.
Yeah, like all our deco has changed. So what you find, sometimes you find the companies that were supporting us a few years ago with the older looking, like we had a blue stripe on our rooms, that's all out. There's been some major changes, but we're also grateful to those who supported us over the years.
Yeah, no, we love the hotel, so thank you very much. And the last question we've got is from Daryl. Is the seafood restaurant at Voyager Beach included in the all-inclusive package?
Good question. No, the seafood restaurant is not included. However, the guests booked on all-inclusive basis enjoy a 20% off the menu.
Super. And the drinks are included, so it's just the food that they pay for less than 20%.
Yes, unless you pick a drink outside the all-inclusive list, which is actually quite extensive.
Okay, super. So something like champagne or a premium brand drink or something.
Yes.
Okay, super. Tabitha, thank you very, very much. Brilliant presentations. And also, don't forget that heritage hotels are on my booking rewards. There are photographs, there are videos. Have we updated the fact sheets yet, or?
We are working on that. By January, we should have a totally new page.
Okay, super. Yes. So by January, look out. If you're not already signed up, go into my booking rewards, go to my your reward programs and go and find heritage hotels, and we will make sure it's completely updated, ready for you to sell in January. So Tabitha, a massive thank you. Okay, so we're now going to move to Air Kenya, and we've got Jackline. Jackline.
Hello. Thank you so much. I am so excited to be here. I think I'll just sort of jump right in, and well, it's very hard to top up to Tabitha's presentation. I don't know how I'm gonna pull that, but let's start with a very short video, and then we'll talk more after that. Right. So with that very short video, I'd want to state that Air Kenya is a group of airlines. It offers very unique safari services within East Africa. We have, we actually what we call 3-in-1. We have Air Kenya in Kenya, which basically serves all major parks in Kenya. And we fly into the major parks in under an hour. We operate from Wilson Airport, which is our base. And Wilson Airport is actually it's a secondary airport in Nairobi. And from our base, you can actually go to the Northern Safari Circuit, that is Olpejeta, Lewa, Meru National Park, Samburu. You can also go down to the Southern Safari Circuit, that is Amboseli. I'm sure John will be talking to you about Amboseli shortly. We also go into Tsavo. Tsavo is a recent addition, and we are serving Tsavo on we are using Finch Hatton's airstrip. So Tabitha is a bit, it's quite a distance from that airstrip, but we are trying to work with her to see if we can get closer to her. And lastly, obviously, we can't forget the world famous game reserve, which is Maasai Mara. So in Maasai Mara, we actually fly 3 times a day. And during the peak season, we fly 4 times a day. So when you want to come visit, I'm sure we'll be there to handhold you all the way to Tabitha's property. We land very, very close to where her property is. From there, I'd also want to mention about our other subsidiary airlines. We have regional air, it's called Regional Air Services, which is in Tanzania, which caters to all the, I mean, in Tanzania, the Northern Safari Circuit is very popular with tourists. So they serve the whole of that. They also go to the commercial capital of Dar es Salaam, and they also land in the Spice Island of Zanzibar. Now from there, we also have an airline in Uganda. That's the baby of the family. It's called Aerolink Uganda. Aerolink Uganda actually takes you to all the national parks in Uganda. So Bwindi National Park, Kidepo, Murchison Falls, all those. And they operate from Entebbe International Airport. So as you can see, we are well positioned in East Africa. And like I mentioned earlier, we are a safari airline, so we get to provide the services within national parks. That's why my friend, by extension, Cynthia will talk to you about maybe the cities, because they are well suited for the cities. So from there, I would want to say that our capacity, I mean, the way we've structured our flights, they actually flow very well into each other. If you're in Kenya, they flow from the northern to the southern, all connecting to Mara. We also connect Mara to Uganda through Entebbe, which we use Kisumu International Airport as the immigration point. And then to the south, we also connect Mara to Serengeti, so you can easily get the full Great Migration experience. From our sorry, I got distracted. Sorry, from our sister companies, you can actually flow very well from Tanzania into Kenya using Kilimanjaro, or from Uganda. If you said with Uganda, you can actually end up in Kenya and fly out of Kenya through Entebbe into Mara, and then come into Wilson and fly out. So now our fleet capacity is actually suitable for a wide range of groups. We have aircraft that can carry up to basically 150 packs in one go. So we have 2 -7s that have a capacity of 50 packs each, and we also have a -8 which has a capacity of 37 passengers. And those 2 the dash category have pressurized cabins. Then we also have 3 twin otters, and 3 twin otters and 3 single engine caravans. So I think you've actually seen the twin otters and the caravans in the video that I've just played. So those are they're not pressurized and they fly a lot lower than the dashes. So I think Sarah is here. So I think I'll just, well, for more information, I hope you'll have a lot of questions for us. And I think the person who will win, they'll probably have a very long story to tell. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Jackline. I've just got a question for you. You mentioned migration. When is the best time for migration?
The best time for the migration actually starts in mid-June, running all the way to September. So when the migration actually, a little education session. So the migration goes on annually around Kenya and Tanzania. So in Kenya, it comes to Kenya around from around mid-June to all the way to September. It's in Kenya, and then it goes down to Tanzania from October. It flows back down, and then by the time we get to February, it's already at Ngorongoro area, and that's where the calving happens, which is also a very big attraction, a very big tourist attraction. And then it comes again back up, and then by the time we get to October, I mean mid-year, May, June, July, it's coming back up again all the way to Kenya. So it's a cyclical experience. It goes on and on and on throughout the year. So it depends on the country that you want to view it from. If you want to view it in Kenya, the best time is mid-June to around September. If you want to view it in Tanzania, then you can use that the rest of the year.
Okay, super. Many thanks, Jackline. Much appreciated. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we're now going to hand over to John. John, are you there?
Yes, good afternoon, all panelists. Thank you, Tabitha. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Tabitha and Jackie, for your very eloquent presentations. I was just listening to Tabitha and I couldn't help but think that when I grow up, I would like to be like heritage hotels. So I'll just start off by showing you a small video of all Tukai, what experiences you can get in Amboseli. Then I'll take you through my presentation. So.
Welcome to Tukai Lodge, the best place to experience Amboseli.
So, thank you so much for the opportunity to do this presentation. Tukai Lodge is part of a larger group of hotels called Mandrik, and we are very young. We just started a couple of years ago. In our portfolio, we have two major brands, that's Eka and Tukai. So Eka is our city hotels. So right now we have Eka Nairobi and we have Eka Eldoret. Those are the two cities, hotels that we have. And then we have Tukai Lodge, which was the first lodge under the Mandrik group. So we are hoping to expand and hopefully become bigger than Heritage and give them a competition. But in all, I would like to focus on Tukai Lodge, which is perhaps the best spot to experience Amboseli. Amboseli is a premium park known for its elephants, and also for it's one of the parks that has been heavily researched in the world due to the elephant population. It's also one of the parks that has one of the unique ways of tracking elephants. It's the only park in the world where we track all our elephants through DNA. There's no other park that tracks the elephants, so we know each and every elephant family within Amboseli ecosystem. It's also rated as a very, very key win of how wildlife and the population can coexist together. In the last 15 or so years, there has not been a single case of poaching within the Amboseli ecosystem. And that's simply because the Amboseli and the communities work hand in hand to ensure that the Amboseli is actually protected for the future. Amboseli also connects to Tsavo, so it's a corridor that connects Amboseli and Tsavo. It therefore forms a very unique safari destination to combine with Tsavo and Amboseli. So I'll just share with you. So for Tukai, so it's one of the best spots in the world to watch elephants. So if there's one thing that I can guarantee you when you come to Amboseli is 100% sighting of elephants. So it's set on the foot of Mount Kilimanjaro. One of the things about Amboseli location, it's the only spot, one of the few spots, I think, in the entire region, where you can be able to view Kilimanjaro end to end. Even when you're in Tanzania, you will not be able to see Kilimanjaro end to end, but here you will be able to see the entire Kilimanjaro. Especially on a clear day, you will see the entire view from end to end. So we say that definitely Kilimanjaro is owned by Tanzania, but we definitely own the views. So writers have described Tukai as the home of the gods. We opened in 1996. So these are some of the views that you get when you are at the lodge. Accommodation. So we have 80 rooms divided into two wings. One wing is on the wetlands and the other one is on the Kilimanjaro view. So we call one the Kilimanjaro view and the other one we call it the elephant view. So the Kilimanjaro view rooms is where you get to see the Kilimanjaro uninterrupted. So you get very, very clear views, especially when you wake up in the most mornings, you will see very clear views of Kilimanjaro. So for those who like mountain views, this would be the perfect site to stay. And then we have the wetlands or the elephant view site, which attracts a lot of elephants or other animals all year round. Because of the swamps that are right in front of the rooms. So in these rooms, when you wake up, you're going to most likely see elephants that are just in front of you and other animals that come to graze. Our rooms are very comfortable, stylish, with all the amenities that you'd expect in any normal hotel: safes, fans, tea, coffee machines, and all the amenities you'd expect in any room. We also have some rooms two rooms that can accommodate physically challenged guests. We have a pool bar. We have a very good pool. very huge and unique pool that's located right in the middle. We have bars. We have a restaurant that is multi-cuisine, so you can, get most cuisines that are, we served worldwide. You'll be able to get within this restaurant. We have a bar that's open all through. We also have a small conference facility for those who may want to have conferences. We can accommodate up to 80 delegates. And other facilities. So we have a kids club, not as big as Voyager, but we have a kids club that can actually entertain kids between the ages of 3 to 12 years very comfortably. But I believe that the reason why a lot of us come to these safari lodges is not to experience, not to sleep or to enjoy the accommodation, but more to enjoy the experience of Amboseli. And one of the biggest attractions for Amboseli is obviously elephants, which are this is the place that you get to see. It has the highest population of elephants in all the parks in the country that have been very, very well conserved. So we have almost zero loss of any elephants, and this is as a result of community engagement. So one of the things that you'll be able to experience is the elephants, both at the lodge, or you can take a game drive to experience the elephants. We've got many other animals that, wildlife that you can experience. You have got the buffaloes. We have the buffaloes. In fact, we have most of the big 5 except the rhino. So you will be able to see that. We are also very big on bird walks, on birds. What has happened in the last couple of years because of weather changes, we've now seen that we have a permanent presence of flamingos. Typically, flamingos were initially found in Nakuru, but now we have a permanent feature of flamingos, and the bird life has really been enriched. So we have different over 400 species of the different birds. So for those who love bird watching, this would be something that would be very unique for you to come and have a look. We also have lectures, especially about the elephants, and we organize this with the Elephant Research. The Elephant Research program in Amboseli has been there since the 1970s, one of the largest elephant research facilities in the country, and it has a treasure trove of information on the elephants. And as I said, it is one of the parks that has a very unique way of tracking the elephants. So we know each and every family by name, and we track them all through, and we can identify which family comes from where. So this would be a very good add-on in terms of getting to understand how the elephants actually operate in this region. One other activities that you can get to experience when you're there, we have the bird walks. And it's a bird watcher's paradise for those who like bird watching. We can organize bush breakfasts, bush dinners, champagne breakfast, cultural dances and cultural talks. We also have Maasai villages that we actually sponsor and help to maintain. And we also encourage our guests just to go and have a look at how the Maasais live, because this area is predominantly known is actually a Maasai area. So for us to be able to maintain, the community integrity, we support these Maasais, and we support the villages within that area. Other than that, one of the latest activities that has been added is balloon safaris in Kilimanjaro, and it is one of the best areas to do balloon safari. One is because of apart from the wildlife experience, you will be able to see the Kilimanjaro even on days when there's clouds, because these balloons can actually go up to about 7,000 to 8,000 feet. So imagine a cloudy morning, you wake up, you can't see the views, and you take this balloon safari and go through the clouds, and you see Mount Kilimanjaro during sunrise. So it's a very unique and good excursion added to Amboseli. So we welcome you all to come and experience Amboseli. We can organize champagne breakfast and many other activities. It's a very good area to combine with Tsavo and Mombasa. So that's it, I think, from me, unless there are any questions.
Super, thank you very much. So John, we've got a couple of questions for you. What board basis is it at Otoro Lodge?
It's on full board basis, not all inclusive. So we usually have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then drinks are not included. So it's on a full board basis minus drinks.
Super. So certainly the place to go and see if you want the elephants. So a big thank you, John. Much appreciated. We don't have any more questions at the moment, but if they do, they'll pop up and I'll give you a note to go and answer them. So Cynthia, sorry, last but not least, over to you.
You see my screen?
We can, it's just starting. It's just starting to share now.
Okay. Let me know once it's visible to everybody.
Yeah, it's there.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, thank you. Thank you for having me again. So I'll speak briefly about Jambojet, who we are, where we fly to, and I'll take over from where Jackline left us as far as connectivity is concerned. So yeah, Jambojet, we launched in April 2014, on the 1st of April 2014. So we are about 7 years old right now, 7 years and a few months. So originally, we are actually a brand of Kenya Airways. We are the low-cost carrier for the national carrier Kenya Airways. So starting 2016, we started operating with our own AOC, and we have since continued operating that way. So to date, we have flown over 4.5 million passengers in the 7 years that we've been in operations. And it's, you know, normally we have the statistic that 30% of our customers are first-time flyers, because when Jambojet came in, we enabled more people to fly, we enabled more connectivity, and also at an affordable rate. So we've been able to, and that's how we've been able to move a couple of such numbers of people across the different destinations that we fly to. This is just the difference between the low cost and full service, but I won't go through it because I know all of you, and especially in the Europe, Americas, all of you have low-cost airlines. So we do operate like as a full low-cost airline, which means when you buy the ticket, it's just the ticket. You have to pay for luggage. You have to pay if you want a specific seat, and so on and so forth. You have to buy your meals on board, as opposed to the full-service airline where you get all those things included in your air ticket. So we operate as a full low-cost airline here in Kenya. This is the aircraft you operate. We operate at a fleet of the Havilland Canada-8-400. We currently have 6 aircraft in service, and all our aircraft are brand new. At the moment, they have an average age of about 3 years. So yeah, from 2017, we started getting new aircraft, and that's why the average age is about 3 years. And their seating capacity carry about 78. We have 5 aircraft that carry 78 passengers and 2 that carry 82 passengers. And the seating, as you can see in the image there, is a 2x2 configuration. So these are the destinations that we fly to. I'll start with the big one there. You can see Goma. Actually, that is one of our newest routes. That's in the DRC. And then we also used to fly outside Kenya. We used to fly to Kigali and Entebbe, Kigali in Rwanda, Entebbe in Uganda. But we suspended this service since the onset of COVID, which meant that the number of passengers in those routes reduced. So it didn't make commercial sense for us to continue operating them at the moment. So we do not operate them at the moment. We also operate to the west of Kenya, which is Kisumu and Eldoret, from our hub in Nairobi. So that's where we are based, not at, like Jackline are based at Wilson, as guys are based at JKIA, which is the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. And we operate all our flights out of Nairobi from that particular airport. We also fly to 4 coastal destinations, that is Lamu, Lamu, Malindi, Mombasa, where the Voyager Beach Resort is, and also Diani. And we also operate from Mombasa directly. So Mombasa is our secondary hub, and we operate from there to Eldoret and Kisumu, and also to Lamu. So we have a couple of routes that could interest your customers, because you can fly them across these particular destinations. And then connectivity will be obviously much easier. We do have code share agreements with Kenya Airways. So when you book Kenya Airways, for instance, you want to book Kenya Airways all the way from the UK to Diani, you can do that. You can book Kenya Airways all the way to Mombasa, and you can do that on the Amadeus platform. And then these are some of our other products that we have. For instance, we have charters, where you can charter an aircraft, a Jambojet flight, to any of the destinations that we fly to, and also to other destinations that we don't fly to. Keeping in mind that all our fleet are 78, 82 seaters, which means it has to make sense for you also to kind of like take the whole aircraft. And then we also have a Shukrani package. Shukrani is Swahili for thank you, which is a special groups package for 15 people or more. And we kind of like we organize special activities within these particular groups, depending on which type of people they are, whether they are kids or if it's the elderly. We organize to their specific needs. We also have a payment platform, a payment plan, which we call Jaza Pole Pole. So this offers flexibility in terms of you can book your ticket now and then pay for it later in installments. And we also have advertising. So throughout the journey, you can advertise before somebody books the ticket, as they travel, and also post travel. So we have something like you can see at the back of my screen there. This is aircraft branding by the Kenya Tourism Board, which they're spreading awareness about the turtle, the sea turtle. So that's one of the advertising assets that we do offer. We also have a couple of awards to our name. So CH Aviation, actually, we were named the youngest fleet in Africa in 2019. That is before Uganda Airlines came and bought new aircraft. But even since then, we still have one of the youngest fleet in Africa. I think we are now the second youngest after Uganda Airlines. We also are IOSA registered, which we are the only airline, low-cost airline in Kenya that is IOSA registered. Actually, the only other airline that is IOSA registered is Kenya Airways, which is our mother brand. So our operations in terms of safety and just taking care of the fleet, maintenance and all that, we are also certified, which is obviously you understand that it's a global registration by IATA. We also got the Reliability Award in 2018 and 2019 by the Havilland for reliability in dispatch of the Dash 8-400 aircraft fleet in Africa and Middle East. So we do pride ourselves in departing on time and getting you where you need to be on time. And we also got the 2 awards from that particular activity. Yeah, and that's the short of Jambojet.
Thank you very much, Cynthia. So some great options there to be able to fly internally in Kenya. So super duper. So we hope everybody was listening, because we're going to not play a little game now, but we're going to go onto the chat, and each of the suppliers are going to ask you a question, and we're going to see how much you've been listening. So just to recap, every single person that's been on the webinar today is entered into the prize draw for the spin to win. Now, the person who answers it's fastest finger first with the correct answer, they'll get entered 10 times into the spin to win. And I will let you all know tomorrow who is the winner of those amazing prizes. So everybody go to chat. Everybody make sure your drop down says everybody. And Cynthia, do you have a question for us?
Yes, I do.
Okay, fire away.
So yeah, I would like to ask which destinations we fly to in the coast of Kenya. Name the 4 destinations that we fly to in the coast of Kenya.
Okay, 4 destinations in the coast of Kenya. That's quite a hard one. Oh, here we go. I
can see some people are getting.
Here we go. So Fiona, Maldini, Diani, Mombasa, Lamu. Is that correct?
Yeah, I just want to check who was the first one to get it.
It was Fiona.
Fiona, Malindi, Diani, Mombasa, Lamu. Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. Okay, brilliant. So, super. Jackline.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so can you tell us what your question is, please?
All right, so I said we are 3 in 1. Who are we?
So 3 in 1, who are you?
Okay.
Okay, I'm confused by that.
Oh, sorry, the airlines. I said we have 3 airlines operating under one brand.
Okay, got you. So,
Right.
we have.
I can see, okay.
So we've got
mostly we're
Aerolink, Uganda, and Air Kenya.
Oh, Mado, Carla.
Carla.
Carla says regional air services, Aerolink Uganda and Air Kenya, correct?
Okay, perfect.
The first one says Aerolink Uganda. Fiona says Aerolink Uganda, Air Kenya original. So missing regional air services.
So Carla was the first person.
Yes.
Okay, super. Thank you very much, Jackline. John.
Yes, now I said that all Tukai is divided into 2 views. You can name for me the 2 views.
The 2 views.
Correct. I see already.
Was it wetlands and Kilimanjaro?
Yes, wetlands and Kilimanjaro. Yes, correct. That's from Carla.
Claire.
I think Carla was the first one to get it correct. Yeah.
No, Claire was the first person.
Claire. Oh, that's right, Claire.
Yeah, Claire was the first person for that one. So well done, everybody. And then Tabitha.
I'm right here.
Okay, sorry, we've missed you. It's been a long time.
Yes. Oh, yeah. So my question is, which of the heritage hotels camp is adults only? Whoa.
Okay, so
What are we now?
So the first answer we've got is Explorer.
Yes.
Is that the correct answer?
It will, by said camp, we have 2 explorers, which is basically Kipungani Explorer and Mara Explorer, but they're both adults only. So in principle, it's correct.
Okay.
But yeah, in principle, it's correct. So yes.
Okay, so shall we go with that one, or do you want the exact name?
I think because I'd asked for the camp, it would be fair to give the person who said Mara Explorer.
Okay, so Mara Explorer.
Yes, and by the way, somebody asked what the photo in your background and mine, where that is. So that happens to be Mara Explorer.
Okay, super.
Yeah.
So from what I can see on here, so Jackline, apart from Fiona and Carla, who've already been entered 10 times into the spin to win, Jackline was the next person with the correct answer. She spelled it a little bit wrong with 2 A's, but hey, so that's the correct one, rather than just Explorer. So we'll go with Jackline on that one, but lots and lots of correct answers. Everybody, a massive thank you. Thank you a lot to Tabitha, who's arranged this amazing webinar today. Thank you to Jackline, Cynthia and John for spending the time with us. Your products are awesome. We cannot wait to send you lots and lots of bookings through. So a big thank you from all of us. And thank you to all the agents for coming on. It's been a really lovely webinar. The feedback has been phenomenal. So thank you, keep selling, and don't forget to sign up to Heritage Hotels Rewards. Log into My Booking Rewards now and go click on their program. So a big thank you, everybody, and we will see you all very soon in Kenya, we hope.
Yes, welcome to Kenya, and thank you too.
No, you're very welcome.
Kenya. Thank you so much for hosting us.
You're very welcome. Bye. Bye.
Bye.